Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games, and today we're going to be back in the Ochakov. Now, as you guys can see by the thumbnail, this ship, as I've been playing and testing with it and playing around with it to see if these stories are true, that this thing is overpowered, and I do agree. This thing is a beast. Now, like I said, with any other cruiser, if you screw up in it, you still will get deleted, and you will see that in this match. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy the intro that I have there. I thought that was pretty cool. And if you guys did, I mean, hey, well, if you really enjoyed, put in the comments, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Let's just say that in the Ochakov. And notice that we have the middle spawn on shards, which, as you all know, the middle spawn usually is one of the most craziest because, I mean, hey, it's probably a dream for a cruiser because all the battleships that spawn across from you are just basically, they can't really hit you if you're not spotted, but you can hit them and shoot over the islands and stuff, and it's just really nice. So you usually always get to shoot right away like I am at this Iowa, and boom, let the guns start dakking. Now, one thing about the Ochakov that makes it so darn strong is the reload and the fire chance. It's got a high fire chance of about 15%, and it also has that really nice reload. I mean, it's insane. Just as you guys can see, the 5-second, 4-second reload, it is nuts. Now, the accuracy's a little weird, but I still get hits, and I don't have really much problems getting hits. It's just that range when it starts to get a little trickier. Fortunately, though, it's not like Americans where your shell arc is absolutely atrocious. So the Russians have that to where they actually do get a pretty good shell arc. We already have one fire. There we go. As you guys can see, the damage right up to 5,000 damage, and that's going to go up a lot this game. We're going to get a lot of damage. It's going to be a fun one. But like I said, the Ochakov it's I don't like to call things overpowered, but it's pretty darn overpowered. It's not very easy to counter, but, I mean, you can counter it if you got a good enough player on the enemy team. If you know what you're doing, you can clear out an Ochakov. You just gotta know how to aim and stuff. But at range, it becomes very, very difficult. Just like any other kiting cruiser, at range, it's very hard to hit these cruisers because of the maneuverability and the speed and all that stuff. And usually when you fire off your battleship rounds, by the time they get there, they've already turned in a whole separate direction. They just completely miss. That's why you got to predict where you got to shoot. Now, we almost hit this island, but fortunately, our magic rudders managed to just make it to where we could turn out of it. And we managed to turn right around. Thank God. Now we're turning back towards the Iowa to hopefully get back into the range and take some more shots off at them. And yeah, this Iowa, this game, and the King George V, I'm just going to completely harass the heck out of them this whole entire game. You guys are going to notice, they're going to shoot me a lot. They're going to do damage to me too. They're going to miss a lot as well, and that's why they become so frustrated. As you guys, a lot of you know, if a ship shoots at you for long enough, and they keep missing, they're going to be more angrier and angrier, and they're going to be really wanting to kill you. So anytime they see an opportunity, if you're going broadside, they'll pick you over anybody else to shoot, and I know how it feels, and some of you might even know how that feels when somebody is just targeting you down because they're frustrated by you. But yeah, we're just keeping down the firepower, and we are already up to a few fires, and we're at 22,000 damage, and we're just keeping this crap up, and it's really just absolutely nuts, this ship. And it's a very strong ship, and it's very hard sometimes for even me to counter and deal with. This ship is a menace, and but yeah, I just thought I would hop in the Ochakov and get a fun one for you guys. So yeah, there we go. But we get another fire, of course, already up to 30,000 damage, and not a huge amount of damage, but in the first few minutes of the match, it's pretty decent in a cruiser, especially a light cruiser that doesn't really do a lot of damage. Speaking of damage, I took off the EOP, which is the Equilibrium of Power, if you guys don't know. It's a skill that a lot of people like to use. I don't use it, though, because I want to set those fires. The problem with EOP is if you take it off, it will decrease your fire chance from like 15 all the way down to like 7. So it's really not ideal for me. I don't want to do that. So I just keep it off and deal with the really no damage, but I get all my damage from the fires, so that's about it. So yeah, I just took that off and put the regular fully packed on, or whatever it was I put on, and yeah. So, and also the Ochakov, as you all know, has 12-kilometer radar. It's pretty nuts. We're going to see good use of that this match. Unfortunately, though, we do set on fire here, but unfortunately it's very short duration to balance it out, of course. Yeah, we're just going to keep up this fire on this Iowa the whole entire game. Keep in mind that he could completely obliterate us here. This is the one place where any cruiser has a hard time, because usually if I was shooting at a cruiser that was coming towards me, I would just shoot where his nose was facing. If he's facing, it looks like he wants to turn right, then I pre-aim my shot to the right or to my left. So that way I will hopefully, when he turns to avoid it, he'll run right into him. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't, and it's pretty fortunate for us. But we're gonna get some shots into this King George now, and we're gonna start pestering him some more. We managed to bring our damage up to 62,000, but we are just burning everything down, and there's just not a whole lot the enemy can do about it. I mean, I'm just completely just committing arson on these guys, and there's literally no chance for them. This is a really bad spot, because I noticed on the map that the whole entire enemy team on that side is completely pushed through, and I'm the only target they're going to be shooting at. So I make the right move here, and I turn around. If I would have turned around later, I could have been dead here. I'm in a really bad spot. King George and Iowa destroyers are all chasing me down and wanting me dead, and I do not die. So yeah, it's pretty good. But notice we're trying to get behind the island, but if we turn to get behind the island, we're going to get broadside, and we don't want to do that. But unfortunately, we kind of have to. We do take some hits. Fortunately, it doesn't cause a fire. We use one of our heals to get some health back from the stuff we lost, and yeah. Notice that we're also dumping torpedoes, because it looks like they're coming at us. We might be able to get some cheeky torpedo hits, and I doubt we will, but you never know. We're at the 79,000 damage, and we're still setting fires. We're still burning them down, and they keep missing all their shots, and eventually the Iowa will completely delete us here in a little bit. He won't kill us, but he'll delete us to the point where we have no HP. But we still will stay alive, fortunately for us. Notice that the torpedoes are going out. They look like they're all going to miss, because I'm guessing the Baltimore maybe popped his sonar, or they're just smart and they know I'm doing all these turnings. There's probably a good chance that I'm dumping torpedoes. Good play by them regardless if they're not really expecting it or not. But yeah, at the 86,000 damage, and boom, there's the hit from the Iowa I was waiting for. I just got Citadel. It seems like when I shoot the Ochakov, I don't get Citadels, but when I'm in the Ochakov, it's a whole new story. I thought I was dead here. And some of you might be saying, well, go off the radar, just stop shooting. I can't, because the Baltimore is right in my detectability. He's in 9 kilometers on me. My detectability, I think, is like 11 or 10. So even if I wanted to, I can't, because I'm just going to be spotted regardless. So I just keep shooting, because I know if I stop, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to be spotted, so I might as well as keep shooting. And we're at really low health, but we are not going to give up without a fight, and we won't ever give up. We are going to keep alive this match. We're gonna hope our team does their job and help me. And we should have been dead there, but fortunately we don't die, and we are still hanging on. We are at the 101,000 damage, and our damage is just climbing and climbing and climbing because all the fires we have. And personally, I like this build more with the fire chance. It's very nice. Notice that our left side, our port side torpedoes are knocked out, unfortunately, so we won't be able to do anything with those. But it really doesn't matter. We're going to be at range anyway. We're not going to be pushing up anymore at all because we have no HP to take any damage. So we're just going to keep on kiting, and that's basically all she wrote. And that's all the ship's about, is the kiting, and all you got to know how to do is aim, and you'll get some pretty decent results with this ship, even maybe like I am, and getting really good games in it. Every time I seem to play this ship, I have a pretty fun time. It's a very fun tier 7. If you guys didn't know, if you guys are new to the channel, or if you guys are new to WoWs, really, this ship was a campaign reward ship, basically a battle ship, a battle pass ship. Last month, you could have got this last month. Right now, it's not available. So if you guys really want the ship, unfortunately, there is no opportunity yet, or there might be in the future, but no opportunity yet for you to get this ship. So you had to get it last month when it was around. But yeah, right now you can get the Sazoya, which is also another HE spammer I've yet to get. I gotta wait a little bit because I think I still have to do some weekly havocs and stuff and all that. So look forward to that, guys. But yeah, just gonna keep up the fire on these battleships and stuff. And yeah, there's really not much these guys can do other than just kind of succumb to their injuries. I think they were actually winning this match at some point. I think we lost 3 of our ships, and they still had all of their ships, I think, at the start of the game. And they just completely threw it, and their win is basically now their loss. Now they're just trying to fight to the best of their ability. They could still pull this game. They still could pull they pull it out of the hat, but they choose not to, and they're not going to. We are going to win this game ultimately in a couple minutes. But I'm just going to continue doing the commentary and do the best I can. We're taking shots at this destroyer to hopefully maybe get them off the board, but we just keep on missing. This is what I meant about talking about at range. This is when the ship struggles, especially at small targets like a destroyer or even some cruisers. It's very difficult to hit things. Even with this thing, these guns are very, very accurate. Where you shoot, it's gonna be there very quick, is what I mean. They're not very accurate, but they're gonna be there very quick. With the Americans, though, it takes about 10 hours just for the shells to get there. So, because the flight time is so slow. It's like 3 AC-130s flying in the air all at once. It's just not ideal. But with the Russians, however, the Russian shells fly very fast through the air. And they're very nice. But notice our damage. We are at 129,000 damage, and we are still climbing. Absolutely beautiful game, just like the last video I had in the Ochakov a few weeks ago. If you guys remember that one, and you guys were around for that one, that was also a really high damage game as well. But this ship is absolutely a beast, and I figured out how to play it. At first, I didn't like it. That's because I was playing it like a light cruiser, a typical American light cruiser, sitting behind islands, and I figured out, no, you don't play it like this. It's kind of like a Japanese ship. You kind of kite in it, you do what you got to do in it to avoid shots. You don't sit behind islands, you don't really move up often. You kind of sit in the back of the map as a support cruiser. And as you guys can see, it's working pretty well, and we're doing very good. But yeah, the last minute and a half is just going to be me sailing around, doing not much because there's not really anybody else left to shoot. I'm not even going to bother shooting at the Z-23 because he is so far out that I know I'm not going to hit him. So I'm not going to waste my shells on him, because if you guys didn't know, if you fire off your shells, you actually spend credits, and if you miss, you don't make those credits back. So yeah, every shell is like probably like 100 credits or something like that. I don't know the numbers, but it's something like that. Yeah, we're just getting a good look at the ship, and it's a nice looking ship, and it's a Cold War era, or it was supposed to be a Cold War era missile cruiser or something. I don't know, but it's just a fun ship, and I really do enjoy it, and I like taking it out sometimes just to have some fun and take my anger out on some of these higher tiers, because I have some I've been having a lot of rough games lately, and not just today, but all week. That's why I haven't been posting much. I'm sorry for that, like I said in the previous video, but yeah. I mean, this one was probably the best one I've gotten all week. But the battle ends. There we go. Giving us, let's see. Let's let the thing load. And we did 133,000 damage, 12,500 base XP, or not base XP, but total XP, 2,500 base XP, 200k credits earned. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy.